Today's garden is all about rocks. Hey guys, and welcome back to Horticulture Geek. I'm Ray, and thank you so much for joining me today on the channel. And we are at another garden in downtown Greenville, South Carolina today. And this one is all about rocks. This garden is in the site of an old rock quarry, and they have used rocks extensively throughout as the main focal point. So if you are a property owner or a garden owner that has lots of rocks to deal with, I wanted to take a moment to show you this quick garden and give you some ideas on how to use all those rocks and use them to your favor in your garden. So let's flip the camera around and go on a walk. All right, so first up here, we just have to admire the waterfall. And you can actually see the groove lines in this rock where this was at one point an active quarry where they were pulling chunks of rocks off of this rock face to use in building projects. And the rocks are just everywhere, and they have used this as the focal point. So this is the Rock Quarry Garden in Greenville, South Carolina. And it is really a pretty little space. It's not huge, it's just a little small garden tucked into this little pocket, surrounded by homes and condos and apartments and all sorts of stuff. So let's do a little walking and see what we can find. So here, one of the first things you can see, which I appreciate, is the landscaper here is keeping a nice, clean, tight edge. You achieve this with just a shovel or an edger, keeping a nice, clean edge so that you have a definition between lawn and flower bed, or in this case, rock bed along the creek bank. It really does make the garden look super neat and tidy and just really attractive. So here you can see, since they had the rocks, they've used the rocks obviously to line the creek bank, which is a beautiful look. And in the rocks, they have tucked in pockets of plants all along the bank. You can see they've got a grass right there. They've got some bushes. They've got some crepe myrtles down there. Here we have a bench made out of rocks, which is really lovely. We've got some laurope. We've got laurope scattered under this tree here. And this is a sweet bay magnolia. Here we have a good example of a dry creek bed. So when it rains and the water comes down this little embankment, they catch it with the rocks and funnel it right to this drain to get it back out into the creek. Canna's blooming. This grass has a wonderful texture with those seed heads. Here they have a bog area, and they've got some arrowhead plants and some all sorts of stuff out here in this bog. I see some water iris. The elephant ears are really pretty. That's a gigantic mahonia right there. Got several big mahonias up and around in here. They've used annuals and pockets for color. This is a pocket of pentas. So this is all pentas right here. Here we have perennial hibiscus. And look at all the bees all over this, enjoying the hibiscus today. I mean, just a lovely garden. They've used the rocks again as their borders here. They're still maintaining a crisp grass line, but they've used these rocks to define their borders. So this is something that many gardeners do. It's something that's easy to do. If you have access to rocks, then use the rocks. Use them as your borders. Help create little walls to berm up plants or contain hills. Some more elephant ears, more pentas. Got some beautiful hydrangeas across the way. And there's a gorgeous rock bench built into the wall back there, built into the bank. We'll have to go over there and take a look at that. So again, we've got rock retaining walls. This is a rock trash can. I mean, so if you have a garden where you feel like you need to have a trash container, but you don't want it to be a metal or plastic trash container, consider stacking rocks around it and camouflaging it, and then landscaping around it like they've done here with this oak leaf hydrangea. Stone stirrups to get up an embankment. This garden has a little fun statuary. Here we have the stone bridge. Just beautiful. Sweet. Pretty little thing. It's not very big. Just enough to get you across the creek. Here we have a smoke bush, and its blooms are fading. I'm sure it was glorious in its prime. Looking down the creek bank. More stone steps. So you can really see in this garden how you don't have to pack a garden completely full. There's lots of blank space in this garden. If you have a focal point, if you have an object that you're wanting to use, like they've done the rocks here, use those. Let those be your focal point. Here we see the other side of this hydrangea bed. So we've got some roses, some salvias, and then these beautiful hydrangeas. There's some purple fountain grass in here. So you can randomly put pockets of seasonal color in, but leave the vast majority of spaces as just blank or with native or perennial species, and a garden is so pretty still. Here's this stone bench I wanted you to see. Nice big magnolia. And here we are under these crepe myrtles over here on this side of the creek. And a big drift of azaleas here. All right, that is the Rock Quarry Garden here in Greenville, South Carolina. So I hope you enjoyed this quick walk around the Rock Quarry Garden here in Greenville, South Carolina. And I hope that it has inspired you and maybe given you some ideas of things you can do with rocks in your garden. Or maybe you've just seen something that you would like to recreate in your garden. Maybe it doesn't have to be with rocks. But I really, like I said, wanted to show this space because they had a theme and they ran with it. And sometimes inspiration like this is all somebody needs to run with a garden of their own and use all those rocks that may be all around your property. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed yet to Horticulture Geek, please do that. Give me a thumbs up for this video and leave any comments you have or questions down below, and I'll be happy to try to answer them and let you know what I think. Alrighty, until next time, from the Rock Quarry Garden to yours, I wish you all the best and happy gardening.